We're recording to the cloud. All right, Lisa, we're getting ready to go live here on your page. And Lisa, we are live. Go ahead and take it over.
Hi, this is Lisa Ashman, and I'm coming to you from live in my New York home today. And I want to thank you for hopping on to my live video or my replay. And I just wanted to introduce my mentor and coach, Carlos Martinez. And we decided to partner up in a new business. Carlos has been in this business and in the industry of network marketing for 20 years. And he started in this business about 6 months ago. And I decided to partner with him. It's a great business to be in. And he's actually hit the, in 17 days, the 5K mark.
10K.
10K. Oh, sorry. And then he's hoping to hit the 25K in December. So without further ado, I wanted to introduce Carlos. A little bit about him. He is from Chicago, and he has 2 girls, beautiful girls, and he has 4 puppy dogs. So, He lives in windy Chicago. So.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Lisa, you know, you're so amazing. You've been such a blessing in my life. Thank you for inviting me here to do this live with you. And yeah, no, you're right. This is just an amazing, amazing business that we're in. I can't wait till you share your story as to why it is that you joined this awesome, awesome business. And the business that we're talking about is the CBD oil business, right? And CBD stands for a cannabidiol, right? Which comes from the hemp plant. And no, don't worry, you're not going to get stoned. This is not about getting high. This is purely the medicinal parts of the plant. But again, just a little bit about me. As Lisa mentioned, my name is Carlos Martinez, and I'm glad you're watching this. You know, whether you're watching the live or you're watching the replay, just want to thank you for taking the time from your day to watch this awesome live. And again, as she said, I'm a single dad. I've got a couple of girls. They're my why. They're the reason that I do everything. My eldest one is 24. The youngest one is 15. And I also have 4 dogs, 4 little Shih Tzu dogs that really depend on me, and they're also my why. Because when I don't have my girls with me, you know, they're with me. Just, you know, we're having a good time. And so here's the thing, folks. I mean, most of my career was spent in corporate America, all right, and it's particularly what's called logistics sales. So what are logistics sales? Logistics sales is the movement of packages, right, and goods. Like, for example, the company UPS. I worked with UPS for 21 years, most of those in outside sales. And then from there, I just kind of jumped around from, you know, company to company. I mean, I was in, you know, logistics for about 29 years total. But here's the thing. I knew that, you know, when you're working for someone else, right? Because here's really the bottom line in life, right? In this life, you are either doing one of 2 things. You are either building the dreams of someone else, or you're building your own dreams. You know, that's just that simple. That's the story. That's just how it goes. And the thing is, if you're calling someone a boss, guess what? You're building their dreams. You know, because do you ever wonder why you get those little measly pay raises? If you're lucky enough to get a raise, you ever wonder why you get those little measly pay raises? You know, 2%. It's typically like between 2.5% and 3%, right? And so you know what you're gonna get year in, year out. Like, my goodness, it doesn't even keep up with inflation. But here's the thing, you know, because what I wanted more than anything else was I wanted time freedom. I wanted time freedom. Yeah, but that comes with financial freedom, right? Because if you're not making the money, right? If you're not making the money, so guess what happens? You know, if you're not making the money at all, then what happens is that you have to just continue working and is making someone else rich, okay? And I wanted the time freedom for me. So that's what I did. I tried different online businesses, and I joined my very first one in 1995. And that was a fellow UPSer, right? A fellow UPS coworker, a guy named Gary, and he introduced me to the world of, you know, multi-level marketing, network marketing, and that was Amway, Lisa. That was Amway back in 1995. I'm like, wow, you know, the concept of residual income just like really like lit a fire, you know, within me. But then you start working the business, like, man, this is hard. Like, nobody wants to join me. Nobody wants to do anything with me. You know, like, nobody wants to, you know, take a look at my business. And it was really hard to duplicate. And that's what I ended up doing year in, year out. And as a matter of fact, as you mentioned, I've been in this industry for 23 years, the network marketing industry, 23 years with 15 different network marketing companies. This is my 15th one. The 14 other ones, massive failure, massive failure. I mean, number 14, I had some success, but, you know, it kind of went out of business eventually, you know, but I mean, the other 15 were just massive, massive. I mean, the other 14 were just massive failure until I joined this business. And you're right. I've only been with this business for about 6 months. I joined it in June. And right off the bat, I was able to hit within my first 17 days, I hit the 10K affiliate rank, which is unheard of. I'm like, look at the success I'm having. Exactly. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm on my way to hitting the 25K. If I don't hit it the month of December, definitely no later than January, and then onward and upward from there. And so here's the thing. Why am I having success with this system? I didn't bring over an email list. I had no email list. I had no brand. No, not like to say, well, Carlos, well, no wonder you're having success. Look at, you had a big email list, or you had a powerful online presence. Not at all. Not at all. I had zero presence and I had zero email list, but yet I was able to achieve success very quickly. And the reason is, there's only one reason, is because of our mentor, Robert Hollis. Okay. He allows us to follow his system. All right. A little bit about Robert Hollis. Robert Hollis, okay, he has generated well over $55 million over his career. Him and his wife, Terry, multi-millionaires, okay? And he came out of retirement to do this business. But here's the thing. The most impressive part of Robert is not what he has done, is how many people he has helped. He has helped create 55 millionaires. 55 millionaires. And when I'm millionaires, I'm not talking about that they've made $1 million over their career. I'm talking that they're making $1 million or more per year. All right. And I'm going to tell you a story about this awesome lady that he just changed her life. Her name is Melody Ryba. Okay. One of his students. She's also one of my mentors as well. A little bit about Melody. Okay. And first off, when you hear Robert's story, I mean, he came from very humble beginnings. I mean, here was a guy that was, came from a broken home. Right. He ended up, as a matter of fact, he ended up doing some kind of dumb prank as I think he was either a junior or senior in high school in the state of Montana. He pulled a prank by stealing a beer truck. All right. You know what dumb kids always do. Well, guess what? He crossed federal lines. And when you cross the state line, it becomes a federal offense. And he ended up doing a year in jail. All right. He did a year in jail. And then, so, I mean, but again, it was just a stupid kid prank. He was just trying to impress people and, probably do some drinking and stuff like that. But he made a dumb mistake and that landed him in jail. And that's what this book is all about. If you look at my mentor here, that's what this book is all about. This is him right here on the book, Shackled to Free. You got the prison bars and stuff like that, So this guy has an amazing story in and of himself. But I want to talk about specifically how he has helped people like Melody. All right. Let me tell you Melody's story. Melody's story is so amazing. So Melody, from the state of California, okay, probably about 8-9 years ago, happily married. She was happy being a stay-at-home mom, caring for her 2 young boys. But her husband died unexpectedly. Okay, so naturally she went through a bout of depression. He was the only income in the home. She ended up losing her home, all right, and ended up living out of her car. She was homeless, living out of her car with 2 young boys for a year and a half. All right, imagine that. So she got to the point where, because if you think about a parent, all right, what is our number one responsibility when we have children, right? Our number one responsibility is to be able to love our kids, okay, and provide them with the basic necessities, right? A decent home with a warm bed to sleep in, nice, comfy, warm bed, somewhere they can feel safe and somewhere they can call home, and, a meal on the table, at least 2 or 3 meals on the table if possible, right? Well, guess what? She couldn't even provide that. She says that her kids would often go to sleep with hunger pangs, crying, because they would go like sometimes days without eating, and imagine the guilt that she felt. But guess what? Melody had a friend by the name of Scott. Okay, Scott Kloster is his name, all right? And Scott did not give up on Melody. He believed in Melody. He says, Melody, come on, you can do this. But Melody was caught with her stinking thinking, right? She was and these are her own words, folks. These are her own words. I'm not using my word. These are her words. She had stinking thinking. She was in a pity party. It was everyone else's fault but her own, okay? Blaming everybody, but the thing is that she was not getting caught out of that rut. So Scott says, no, listen, Melody, we got Robert Hollis. Robert Hollis is coming to speak at some hotel, there and where they were living in their area. And he's like, I don't care. Who's Robert Hollis? No, this guy is going to change your life. This guy is so amazing, just how he speaks. He's so motivational, blah, 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 blah. She was like, no, I want nothing to do with it. And so again, she was happy being miserable. All right. She was just stuck in that pity party. But Scott was relentless. He did not let her go that easy. He goes, no, Melody, you have got to come to this. So finally she says, all right, the only way I'm going to get you off my back is if I go. So she ended up showing up. And guess what? Scott is sitting up all the way in front with a seat saved for her. But she's all the way in the back, and he's texting her, where are you at? You're like, I'm in here. Or where in here? I'm in the back. No, I got a seat for you up front. Come up front now. And she did not want. She goes, no, Scott, you're lucky I came here. Melody, come up now. Again, he was relentless. Right? He did not stop. She goes, okay, this is the only way I'm going to get you off my butt. That's fine. I'll go up to the front. And so she's up front. And she sees Robert walking across the stage, pacing kind of back and forth, talking. He goes, look at this guy. You know, what right does he have to be so happy? Of course, he's rich. You know, why wouldn't he be so happy? You know, that kind of stuff. But something Robert said just really struck her, all right? As Robert is talking, you know, giving his awesome speeches, he says, do you know why people fail in life? And he kind of just paused there and he looked at the audience. You know, he's looking around. Do you know why people fail in life? And the quiet is like the silence was deafening. Okay, got Melody's attention. He says the reason people fail is because they focus on surviving rather than thriving. I'm going to repeat that. All right, they focus on surviving rather than thriving. That hit Melody like a ton of bricks. She says, he's right. All I'm doing is just in survival mode, doing whatever it takes just to survive, just to get by the skin of my teeth. And I think that's many of us today, right? That's many of us today, whether you're homeless or not homeless, even if you have a home, right? Many of us are just barely getting by, living check to check. All right, that's most of society, right? You don't know how you're going to retire. You know, we're concerned about our retirement. We got kids coming to college pretty soon. We got hospital bills. Hey, we just got regular bills to pay, and people got to choose. Like, all right, do I pay my gas bill or my electric bill this month? Right? You got to take. You know, people are hurting for money, and they're just tired of working all those long hours in a 9-to-5 job, okay, or whatever kind of job, and still just barely able to make by. Why? Because as long as you're working for someone else, you know, what does the term JOB stand for? Just over broke. They keep you getting paid because you're just over broke. You're one paycheck away from being broke, right? And that's why people struggle. So that hit her like a ton of bricks. So guess what happened? Did that change her? Did that change overnight? Absolutely not. But that ignited a flame in Melody that was died out a long time ago. It ignited a pilot light in her. And what happened was she started then to follow Robert. Everything that he was doing, trying to catch us, searching out for him on YouTube. She made it a point to make sure to meet him and all that kind of stuff. Slowly but surely, Robert started to teach her and coach her and mentor her. Okay, she ended up borrowing money from her friend Scott, if I have the story correct. She ended up borrowing from her friend Scott, to hire Robert as a coach. And before you know it, she's making $1,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $6,000 a month, $12,000 a month, so on and so forth. Fast forward a few years. In 2017, Melody made $763,000, $763,000, Lisa. Okay. In 2018, exactly, an amazing story. In 2018, she made over $1 million in her first 10 months. She's going to end up probably somewhere 1.2, 1.3 million, maybe more. Okay. Again, just a few short years ago, homeless, living out of her car for 1.5 years, not knowing where the next meal was coming from, couldn't even take care of her little boys. Okay. Now, thank God, now she can do whatever she wants with all that money. And she actually, what happens is when you let a person like Robert Hollis impact you, you can't help but help, you can't help but help other people, right? Because that's what you do. That's what he teaches you to do, right? He helps other people. But guess what? So Lisa has partnered with me, and she's partnered with Robert to be able to give this training away for free. So when you come in, you're going to find this awesome duplicatable system that has allowed me to hit 10K within my first 17 days, okay? And Lisa just started. She really this is her second day. She just signed up yesterday. But guess what? If you partner with her, you partner with me. Right? You partner with the awesome Ron Deering, you partner with the awesome Aaron Parker and Robert Hollis and so on and so forth. Okay. We're going to tell you about this awesome business, but all you got to do is just come hungry. hungry, ready for change, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and say, you know what, I want to see what it is that you guys doing. I am ready for change. And guess what, Lisa, at the end of this, if you send her a private message, she's going to give you a tour, a free tour, a no cost obligation tour, so that you can take a look at this awesome business. But now let's talk about this awesome business. Okay. What do we distribute? We distribute CBD oil. Again, this is cannabidiol oil from the hemp plant. And no, you are not going to get high. This is not about getting stoned. This is purely the medicinal parts of the plant. As a matter of fact, I can drink this entire bottle and I will not get high. Okay. I give it to my daughters. I know toddlers that take it. I know moms that give it to their babies. Okay. This is purely the medicinal parts of the plant. Okay. And it's well below the federal guidelines in terms of the level of THC, and like less than 0.3%. And if you're worried about, kind of drug testing at your employer, we've got one that's 100% THC free. So it has 0 THC in it, if you're really concerned about that, But the thing with the CBD oil, and it's all the rage right now, everyone's talking about it. You see it all over the news. You see it in all different kinds of magazines, so on and so forth. But the thing with the CBD oil, okay, is that, and I'm going to be real careful here, because we're not supposed to say the word cured. We're not saying this cures anything. All right. All you've got to do is just do your own research. Search CBD oil in Google, search, or whatever your favorite search engine is, Yahoo or whatever, Bing, search CBD oil in YouTube. There are countless, thousands upon thousands, if not millions, of testimonials of not only with, people using it for whatever ailment that they have, okay, but also their pets as well. And I'm going to tell you right now an awesome story about one of my 4 dogs, how she was recently cured of an ailment that she had just like 3.5 months ago, approximately. Okay. But CBD oil, what it does is CBD oil. See, I don't know if you know this, but CBD oil, okay, internally, all right, we have cannabinoid receptors that God created us with. They're in there. All right. So when you put this awesome little oil in your body, it gets right to the cellular level, right to the root cause. And it does something called homeostasis. Homeostasis, if you've never heard of that word, means balance in your body, and it starts to heal itself from internally, from the inside out. Okay, there are, again, you'll see people that used to suffer from fibromyalgia, chronic pain, which is really fibromyalgia, right? Because they have intense pain, anxiety, diabetes, cancer, so on and so forth. Again, I'm not saying that this cures anything. Just go ahead and do your own research, and you'll find out the miracle that this plant is doing. Now, again, for those of you that are like, well, Carlos, that's medical marijuana. No, it's not medical marijuana. Again, it's just pure CBD oil. And we actually have the best CBD oil in the country. We have the #1 CBD oil company, because we make sure that we have the purest CBD oil on the planet. Now, this is not just me saying this, okay? This is not just, oh, Lisa took off, but I'm still here. What happened? I'm still alive, guys. So we'll wait for Lisa to come back. But yeah, this is not just me saying this, guys. This is not just me saying this. This is actually, we do what's called third-party testing. All right, we do third-party testing. We hire an outside company to make sure that we do third-party testing on every single batch of CBD oil that we produce, okay? We make sure that we do that because we want to make sure that we have by far the best CBD oil on the market, period, okay? And the reason is because, you know what, we want to ensure that what the CBD oil that you're going to give to your loved ones, and you give to your pets, that it's the best. Okay. A little bit about where we have our hemp farm. Our hemp farm is located in the state of Kentucky. Okay. We have a non-GMO organic hemp farm that's FDA compliant. Okay. And so a little bit about, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, where they have their guidelines here. We have our guidelines all the way up here. Right, because we want to make sure that we don't just meet the minimum federal guidelines. I want to make sure that we far, far exceed the guidelines, okay? So we do actually third-party testing. So what you're going to want to do is if you're looking for this third-party documentation, okay, all you got to do is message Lisa, say, Lisa, I want you to prove to me that you have the best CBD oil on the planet. And guess what? She'll share, this is public knowledge because it's on our website. She'll share the third-party documentation with you. And as our mentor, Robert Hollis, says, documentation beats conversation, because we're going to back up everything that we say. And so how do you take the CBD oil? So CBD oil, all all right, is really, you take it orally. It's just a sublingual, right? So I take a dropper full in the morning, all right, underneath my tongue, usually on an empty stomach, right? Because I want it to get right, you know, I want it to get right to my bloodstream and right, you know, working right away. So I hold it underneath my tongue for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I swallow. And then I do the same thing in the evening, okay? Now, with this product, okay, with this product, you're gonna realize, you know, that in the morning, it does not get you like sleepy at all. All right, it gives you energy, and you'll end up knowing that it's like your body knows, like the oil, you know, and your body knows when it needs energy. And then at nighttime, I take it at night and I sleep like a baby. Now, for me, myself, I'm a pretty healthy person, right? I'm a pretty healthy person. I've never really had any kind of health issues, you know, knock on wood, thank God. However, one of the things that I've always struggled with is sleeping, not necessarily going to sleep. I don't have, and I see Lisa's coming back. Let me bring her back on. I'm bringing you back on, Lisa. All right, she's coming back on, guys. I get the feeling that her laptop ran out of battery juice. What's up, Lisa? You back? There we go. Let me make sure to unmute her. All right, did you lose battery power?
Yes, I did.
No worries. I was still speaking. Don't worry. We're
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, you're back. Welcome back, Lisa. All right.
Thanks. Yay.
Yeah, don't worry. So what ended up happening was, you know, with the CBD with me, I take, like, as I was mentioning, folks, you know, I'm a pretty healthy guy, but, you know, I've always kind of struggled with my sleep, not necessarily going to sleep. I don't have a problem going to sleep. It's, you know, I would wake up 2 or 3 hours into it, and then you toss and turn and trying to get back to sleep, and then you toss and turn for like 2 hours, and then before you know it, you're back asleep. But like all of a sudden the alarm's ringing, like, oh my goodness, I'm so tired, I didn't get a good night's sleep. So, but guess what? This gives me such a deep sleep every single night without a problem. Okay, and we have 3 different flavors. All right, we've got cinnamon that's like super hot right now, it's like flying off the shelf. We got cinnamon flavor. We got peppermint flavor. And for those of you that actually like that kind of wheatgrass taste, we have the unnatural, like the unflavored, so the natural flavor. So, you know, I've taken shots of wheatgrass. I don't really mind it, but you know what? If I'm going to be taking this thing every day, I'd rather it taste either cinnamony or pepperminty, you know? And again, it's just sublingual. I give it to my daughters, right? Same thing. They take a dropper full in the morning and they take a dropper full in the evening. We also have CBD coffee. This just came out in October. This coffee is delicious, okay? And the thing, you know, so coffee, besides petroleum, besides oil, okay? Oil is the #1 commodity in the world. Coffee is the #2 commodity in the world. All right, like no one consumes, like no other beverage, maybe water might come close to it, but no other beverage is more consumed in the world than coffee. All right, and guess what? We've got CBD infused coffee, okay? And all you do with this thing, with this little packet here, you boil water like you normally would, like you're gonna make a cup of tea, pour it in there, turn it up, pour it in there. It's instant coffee, and then you can sweeten to use whatever sweetener you want. If you use sweetener, or drink it black, and then you can also use any kind of creamer with it as well. And then we also have a keto creamers as well. And I don't have those here because I ran out of them, but we have a keto creamer. Like keto is like all the rage in terms of like dietary right now. And we have a keto creamer as well. There's like 3 different flavors. I think it's like mocha. I think there's a French vanilla, and I think there's a hazelnut or something like that. So we have the keto creamer.